A new era has officially dawned for French football as Zinedine Zidane steps into the dugout as the new manager of Les Bleus. Inheriting the national team from Didier Deschamps, Zidane takes the reins with the eyes of the entire footballing world locked firmly on one ultimate non-negotiable target: conquering Europe at UEFA Euro 2028. To understand the magnitude of this appointment, we have to look back at the sheer aura that Zidane commands. When he speaks, the footballing world stops to listen. As a player, he was the artist, the architect, the man who painted masterpieces on the biggest stages of all, winning the World Cup and the European Championship with a wave of his magical right boot. But his transition to management proved that his genius wasn't just confined to the white chalk of the pitch. At Real Madrid, Zidane achieved what no other manager in the modern history of the sport had ever done before. He captured 3 consecutive UEFA Champions League titles in a row. Let that sink in. 3 years on the trot, conquering the toughest club competition on the planet. That unprecedented three-peat required far more than just tactical acumen. It demanded elite squad rotation, absolute mastery over elite ego management, and an uncanny ability to peak at the exact moment the knockout stages arrived. He managed the biggest dressing room in the world with a cool, unflappable calmness, turning superstars into a unified, relentless collective. Now he must inject that exact winning DNA, that ruthless knockout composure, and that fearless tactical conviction into the French national setup. The blueprint for Euro 2028 demands a complete, sweeping tactical revolution. While Deschamps built a remarkably resilient, pragmatic machine that prioritized structural containment and tournament survival, Zidane's footballing philosophy as a historic maestro of the game is rooted in fluid, dynamic, and relentless attacking football. He needs to construct a system that allows his world-class talents to express themselves freely while plugging the structural gaps that have occasionally plagued Les Bleus in high-stakes matches. He wants his teams to dominate possession, dictate the tempo, and suffocate opponents with high-intensity transitions. To achieve this, every single piece of the puzzle must fall perfectly into place, beginning with the cornerstone of the entire nation: Kylian Mbappé. By the time Euro 2028 arrives, Mbappé will be 29 years old, stepping into the absolute zenith of his footballing maturity. No longer just the blistering young phenom relying purely on raw acceleration, the 29-year-old Mbappé will possess supreme tactical intelligence, clinical finishing, and the veteran leadership required to captain his country to continental glory. We have watched him break records, carry the weight of a nation on his shoulders, and shatter defenses across the globe. But by 2028, his game will have evolved. He will master the art of finding space in condensed defenses, picking his moments with surgical precision, and leading by absolute example. Under the direct mentorship of an icon like Zidane, who famously managed and extracted peak record-breaking dominance from generational superstars like Cristiano Ronaldo, Mbappé's prime is perfectly aligned to tear Euro 2028 apart. He won't just be a player on the pitch, he will be an extension of the manager's mind. Yet, even the most lethal attack in world football needs a solid, unbreakable foundation. And this is where Zidane faces his most intricate, challenging tactical puzzle. When reviewing the squad profile for 2028, a glaring structural gap emerges. Whilst France had the magic of Mbappé up front, France appeared to like the strength and tenacity of players like Pogba and Kanté in midfield. Think back to the golden nights of past triumphs. Finding replacements for that specific blend of Paul Pogba's visionary, press-resistant passing range and N'Golo Kanté's infinite defensive engine is nearly impossible. Pogba possessed a wand of a right foot, capable of unlocking any defense from deep within his own half, spraying Hollywood passes with effortless elegance while absorbing intense opposition presses. Alongside him, Kanté was a one-man army, covering every single blade of grass, breaking up play, winning second balls, and turning defense into attack in the blink of an eye. Modern international football is won and lost in the engine room. Without that snarling physical presence, robust ball-winning ability, and calming composure under intense pressure, opponents can easily bypass the press and isolate the backline. Because carbon copies of those legendary midfielders do not simply grow on trees, Zidane will have to put his own master craftsman tactical spin on the squad, developing a hybrid midfield engine that balances grit, technical brilliance, and defensive steel. He must unearth and mold the next generation of box-to-box dynamos, teaching them how to control the tempo of a match against the elite midfields of Spain, Germany, and England. The journey to 2028 will not be a straight line. There will be tough qualification matches, experimental friendlies, difficult tactical adjustments, and moments where the weight of expectation threatens to crush the squad. But pressure is something Zidane has lived with his entire life. It is his natural habitat. The expectations in Paris and across the entire country are nothing short of astronomical. The slate is clean, the pieces are moving, and the challenge has been laid bare. Zidane has 2 short years to forge a champion, manage the generational transition of a proud footballing nation, and hoist the European Championship trophy high into the sky. Euro 2028 awaits, and Les Bleus are ready for the ride of a lifetime.